All right, it's time to exercise with Asian Pokey. Whether you're on a vacation for your personal fun or if you're on a business trip like me or even at home, there's no excuse for you to not find a half hour a day to exercise. You're investing in your mental and your physical health when you exercise. So think about how we invest our money for our future, and exercising is investing for future as well. You probably never thought about that, right? And don't give me an excuse like, oh, I'm busy. I'm constantly walking and moving and vacuuming and cleaning. And well, that's what you got to do to have a clean environment, or that's what you have to do to live a, decent life, right? But if you don't take the time to exercise specifically, at least half hour a day, when time for you to retire as you get older, you're going to notice a huge difference how you're able to walk, how you're able to move from, place A to B. I used to work for a doctor for 33 years as a certified medical assistant, and some of our patients were having problem walking from their car, where they park their car in a parking lot, to a doctor's office. It's not that far a distance, but they were huffing and puffing. So that's how important, is actually critical for us to invest in our health, mentally and physically, for our future. So this is the program why I decided to do a YouTube channel once a week to provide some insights and some exercise movements. So all the exercises that I do it like if I said do a 10 of them, just do a 10. But I'm not going to go through all, like if I do a movement, I'm not going to do it like 10 or 60 because I don't want to bore you with long videos. Just kind of tell you what to do. So basically what we want to do is we have to realize we cannot skip exercise, because you know why? Do you skip your sleep? Do you skip your meals daily? Maybe not. Maybe some of you guys skip like 1 or 2 meals. Maybe you'll eat once a day or twice a day or 3 times a day or 4 times a day. Well, and you have survived. But exercise, if you don't do it once a day, you're skipping for the whole day. Besides, there's enough time. Some of you guys have a time saying, I'm so busy, I don't have time. But we all have anywhere between 12 to 17, 18 hours a day that we're awake, right awake with our eyes open. So you could certainly find a half hour a day to exercise, because it is like investing in your future. Just like we heard about investing our money for our future, for a rainy day, well, we have to invest our mental and our physical wellness for our future and for rainy day. Meaning that if we don't exercise, we're so weak, we have to depend on somebody else to help us. Even putting our clothes on, or even walking across the parking lot. Those are what you call it rainy days. It's a desperate, right? So you don't want to be in that situations, mentally and physically. So with that in mind, let's get excited about exercising. So just make sure that you do stretching from head to toe. So just kind of do this kind of movement. Be sure to don't hold your breath. Be sure to breathe in and out. Okay, and then side to side. So just do 10, okay? So you could hold your hand to kind of push back. You could like hold it like that, okay? Now I'm in a hotel because I'm on a business trip with my husband here. And if you hear some background noise or things like that, I'm not a ventriloquist, but he's moving or talking. Just let you be aware of that, okay? Just make sure when you do stretching side neck muscles, you don't lean over like this, okay? Just take it slightly and just make sure this part is like stretching right here, okay, like that, okay? So like you could hold it like this and you could count to 10 or you could count to like 60. That's a 1 minute. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Anyway, so count to 60 and do count to 60 here as well. Okay? And then after that, just do some shoulder shrug. Squeeze your shoulders way up and down. Okay, do 10. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands, put them on our waist, okay? You could go like this. So from sideways, you could go. Move your elbows back and then forward. Back, forward. You notice I don't go. That's not how you want to do it, okay? You want to just make sure your feet, both feet is width of a shoulder, okay? And then you go like that. 10. Okay, now next is we're going to go ahead and put our hands clasped like this behind, support our head like this, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the elbows together, okay? So I would do it like count of 60. And if you wanted to start with 10 and then 20 and then work it up, eventually until 60 is fine. But make sure, okay, open wide, shoulder, your elbows out, okay? Don't go like that. Don't go like this. Just keep your head kind of in the center, okay? Just kind of find a spot to look straight. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could do up to 60. Now, you're going to feel the soreness in here, which is good. That means you're doing it properly, okay? Next thing is we want to just take our arm. We're not going like this, right? We're just keeping our body forward straight. And this hand touches. We're not doing anything like this, right? We're just basically going arms out like that. That's all. Okay? And you could hold it for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could do it for like, count of 60 or 10 or 20 or 30. But try to work it up to 60 count. That's 1 minute. Okay? To the other side. Again, just go cross. That's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I just wanted to remind you, every time you do exercises or even standing, walking, or sitting down, try to work on your core muscle at all time, meaning suck your stomach, don't go. Look at that. I mean, everybody could do that, right? But suck your stomach in. Don't hold your breath like this either. Just be natural. Just, don't slouch. Just kind of keep your posture straight. Okay, so once we've done that, okay, now it feels really good to just, stretch your muscles. Now we've done this, and then we've done where go like this, like that, right? And that feels really good because when we go like this, we're not going like that. We're not going like that. We're just keeping our body straight, and keep your elbow in like that sideways, right? Feels so good. Okay, next thing is let's do elbow and knee touch. So I'm gonna go back a little bit, and so make sure you can see it. So when you have your legs shoulder width and put your hands behind your head like that again. Don't bend down and do that. That's wrong, okay? That's not a good posture. That's not the way to do it. So keep our body straight. Bring our elbow cross opposite knee. And we want to bring our knees up to our chest, but go across this way. Instead of going straight, we could just gonna go, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do the other side. Now you can rest for about 15 to 30 seconds, okay? And make sure that your feet is solid on the ground. Don't bounce or anything like that. Just kind of keep it steady. And then you go 1. Now you notice I don't touch my elbow to the knee. Now if you're limber, eventually when you do it enough, you'll be able to touch, right? So if you can't touch it, don't worry about it. Just so that your posture is really good. That's the main thing. It's like making sure that your posture stays straight, okay? Because if we want to have our elbows and our knee touch, we could go like this. Easy. I could touch it, right? Look close, like inch away. But we don't want to bend our body. We want to keep it straight and bring it up like that. Okay? Let's stop at that. And next week, I will go into different movements, how we could keep our muscles lubricated and limbered up, so when we do fall, we don't get broken bones or sprained ankles or anything like that. Okay, so that's really, really important. Again, there's no excuse for you to not able to find at least a half hour a day, every day. Don't skip. It's critical. You don't skip your sleep. You don't skip your meals. Why should you skip your exercise? You're gonna get a huge benefit. You're gonna save all kinds of money on medical bill. You're gonna save all kinds of time, because if you keep moving, keep exercising, you won't have to slow down when it comes to getting from A to B. But if you have moved your muscle and just sitting around, and when you start walking and it hurts, and then people stop, like, I better not walk because I'm hurting, I'm sore. Well, that's the indication that you need to move. But do it safely. If I would not recommend, if your medical problems keeps you from doing exercises, then you shouldn't do it. But a lot of times we need to push ourselves a little bit, little baby steps at a time. What happens when you get in a car accident? After doctor does examine and they put you through all kinds of tests if it's necessary, like MRI scans and CT scans, all those things, find out what's wrong with you. And then a lot of times, like, they'll send you to physical therapist or specialist, right? I remember when I got in a car accident and my left arm, highest I could reach is like here. I mean, this was hurting so bad, like just like that, just basically putting it and just at my low back. That was like killing me after the accident. So they sent me to the physical therapist and they had me do certain exercises step by step, and I'm able to reach higher than what I did before, because before the accident I was able to reach up to my bra line right here, right? But because I did what they want me to do, physical therapy, because I couldn't even put my bra on, for example, because it was hurting so bad. I couldn't even put my shirt on because I can raise it up. But look. And one time they told me that I had a dislocated shoulder and I had some problems with my right shoulder as too. You know, things happens. It's not like I'm asking to be in a car accident and injure myself or things like that. Things happen. We have to be prepared. And so this is what I'm doing, is doing these exercises is to preparing for the rainy day, right? So I'm glad that I was able to get my full mobility with my arms, able to get myself dressed, comb my hair, because I can't even do it after the car accident. It's huge. I'll see you on my next video, and be sure to do this type of movements for a week.